Elizabeth Einhart, and I'm the Executive Director of the Teresa Foundation. And with me today is my daughter, Jill.
Hi.
So our family has been in quarantine for 22 days now, and we've been looking for things to do, keeping my 3 young kids busy and learning and active. And one of the things that Joe loves to do is to do baking, right?
Right.
So we have been baking up a storm. Today, we pulled out our very favorite cookbook. It's called Angel Food, and it is from the Teresa Foundation. This is our very own cookbook. You can see my copy is a little bit worn. One of my daughters drew a little picture on there. And today, we decided we would make some traditional carrot cake. And this recipe comes directly from our cookbook. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I've gathered my ingredients. Right here is the main ingredient. It's 3 cups of carrots. And Joe and I prepped this morning. We tried to use the food processor, but our food processor stopped working. So we actually grated all of these carrots by hand. High five? High five. Okay, so the very first thing to do is to mix up our flour, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. So you'll need 2 cups of flour. You can pour that right in there, Joe. The whole thing right in there, all our flour. Perfect. Here is our baking powder. You need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So that's 1 and 2. Perfect. All right. We need 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. This is going to be a very delicious recipe. Let's get that in there. 1 and hold on. Let's see.
I got some cinnamon on me.
You got some cinnamon on your fingers? All right, well, you need to wash your hands. Okay. All right. And now, last but not least, 1 teaspoon of just regular salt. So we'll pour that right in there. Perfect. And now Joe's going to use a whisk, and she's going to mix up all of those dry ingredients. Perfect. All right, we're going to set this to the side. We are taking a brand new bowl for the next 4 ingredients. And that is to combine our eggs, our oil, our sugar, and our carrots. And we're going to do that in a separate bowl. So what we do right now is I'm going to go ahead and crack these eggs into our measuring cup, and then I let Joe pour them into the bowl. So let me crack all 4 eggs right here. Perfect. All right, Josephine. 4 eggs, and we need 1 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. So let's pour that in there. It's a lot of vegetable oil. That's actually all the oil that we had. So we're going to put some oil on our grocery list. Hopefully we can get it. Okay. Pour the oil in there. All the oil. All right. This recipe also calls for 2 cups of sugar, which I've pre-measured. Perfect. All right, we're going to use our whisk and mix that up. Perfect. So I really like cooking with Joe. I think it's really helpful. We talk about math. We get to experiment in the kitchen, right? What do you like the most about cooking, Joe?
Because when we put the ingredients and I like to mix it, when I mix it, it's fun to go swirling around with it.
It is, and we've learned a lot about mixing, haven't we? You can't mix too fast.
You can't mix too slow.
And you can't mix too slow, and sometimes you can't overmix because it's not so good to overmix. So I'm going to get that nice and mixed right there. And then we are going to combine we're gonna mix our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. So we need our blue bowl. And we are going to pour this right in here. Right. Nice and sugary. And you're going to use the spoon. I'm going to mix that together using our wooden spoon. And the very last ingredient is our grated carrots. And I've already prepared our pan. I'm just going to step to the side and grab those. I put a little Crisco in the bottom of the pan, and I put some flour in there and shook it out, and then I put a little circle of parchment at the bottom as well. So that's going to help it not stick. And those are some really important steps. We've baked enough, and we've had enough things stick to pans that we learned. So we're going to mix this up really well, and it's going to make two 9-inch cakes. So we'll be able to layer them, and carrot cake is super delicious with a cream cheese frosting.
I love cream cheese.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. And we will probably enjoy this on Easter this year.
Yeah, I love carrot cake. There's so many carrots.
So many carrots. Okay, go ahead and pour the carrots in, Joe. Perfect. Let's get all those carrots in. All right, and mix it up.
I think I need some help.
Whoa. Yeah. It's a lot of carrots, so you may need to kind of fold it a little bit to get that nice and mixed up in there. We are going to put the cakes, divide the batter evenly in between the two pans, which I have pre-oiled. There you go, that's one. You got that? Make sure the pan doesn't move. Good job. A little bit more in here. Just want to make sure it's even, but I'm definitely just eyeing it. Joe, do you know the next step? What do we do once we get it in the pans?
And put it in the oven.
Okay, so we just put all our batter in the pans, and like Joe said, we're gonna put it in the oven. We've preheated our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to bake these for 40 to 45 minutes, and we will be back soon.
I was standing on a chair.
All right, everybody, we baked the cakes for about 45 minutes at 350, and they are ready to come out. Joe is going to stick a toothpick right in the center and make sure it comes out dry.
And they smell good.
They smell great, and it's perfect. So once they cool, we'll take them out. I like to eat my carrot cake with some cream cheese frosting, and I think we're going to enjoy that for Easter this year. And if you like this recipe and you want more of them, you can always check out our cookbook, our Angel Food Cookbook, and we have 2 other cookbooks on our website at www.teresafoundation.org in our Teresa Foundation store. Have a great day, stay safe, stay home, stay healthy. Bye.
Bye.